Tabe has just released Arc 9 Chapter 47, and this video will be a summary of the chapter. Highly recommend you check out my Arc 9 Chapter 46 summary. Anyways, let's begin. When I woke up, I had no idea who I was. I couldn't see, I couldn't speak, I couldn't move, but I could feel voices. Everything was sealed away, all of my senses. Yet I could still feel these voices. "Master, I will save you." It was a loud, booming voice. "Otto, grit your teeth." Finally freed, Otto's eyes took in the sunlight, and he saw his savior, Garfiel. Garfiel blames himself for being too weak, but Otto's ground dragon tells Garfiel to not be too harsh on himself. Of course, Garfiel doesn't understand the ground dragon, but Otto does due to his divine blessing. Garfiel tells Otto to stay put, and the ground dragon says that they'll reclaim what he lost. Otto understands that the two people speaking to him know why he has no memories. Otto wants to ask, but instead he asks them what he can do to repay the favor. After all, he wanted to repay them for helping him escape that situation. Garfiel and the ground dragon then look at Otto and say that deep down he's still the same person after all. The scene changes. A kick was launched, hitting its target. Rem was using platforms of ice to stay in the air with Emilia. Emilia is forwards and Rem is in the backdrop. She knows that she cannot rush. In Wallachia, Subaru was someone that was always hesitant. He would never rush forwards. And Rem knows that if Subaru was to rush forwards, then not only would Rem have broken his fingers, but would have also broken his arms and legs. Of course, with her memories back right now, thinking about breaking Subaru's arms and legs makes her want to faint. But she does know about the old Rem, and the old Rem would do that to Subaru. Don't jump to conclusions too soon. That was something that resonates in Rem's mind. In the past, she would assume that it was the end, only for something to happen. She learned from Priscilla that you must always keep thinking, no matter what. "No way," Emilia says, taken off guard, but Rem was always thinking. She didn't let her guard down. Emilia's kick landed on Al, but he encased himself in a box of rocks. Rem knew it was Al's time regression. The fact that he encased himself in rocks from all directions and guarded against the blindside attack, Rem understood the effect. But against such a cheat ability, she bit the inside of her cheek. This authority allowed Al to escape even Reinhard. Negative emotions began to enter Rem's mind, but Emilia called out to her. Emilia's sight gave Rem strength. They were currently falling down a gorge in the Kararagi city states. The gorge was 5,000 meters deep, and the drop takes 100 seconds. Currently, 30 seconds had passed, meaning that 70 seconds were left before they would all hit the floor. Emilia conjured up an ice hammer, and Rem and Emilia attacked the box of rocks. As it shattered, Aldebaran darted towards Emilia, and the shinobi darted towards Rem. Rem says, "You," and then Ye says, "Of course." And Ye introduces herself as Al's all-purpose super maid. Rem says that this title belongs to her in regards to Subaru. Rem pulls in her weapon and swings her left arm, aiming at Ye. However, Ye simply twisted in the air. We see that Ye has threads linking herself to Aldebaran, and by controlling those threads, she can simply adjust her position mid-air. A steel thread is now aimed at Rem's neck, but Rem uses humor. An ice collar forms around Rem's neck, which blocked the thread, and she dodged the attack, while swinging her Morning Star at Ye's back. However, Ye also dodges, and Ye insults Rem, causing Rem to encase her morning star in ice until it's around 10 meters wide. She then swings the morning star at Ye. Ye then creates a web of threads and cut away at the ice, leaving simply the morning star left. She then is hit by the iron ball, but she uses a net of threads she created to act as a sort of trampoline, and she bounces the morning star downwards. Emilia tells Al that he isn't getting away. Al says if he did, then he would win. Emilia and Al were grabbing ice and stone weapons and attacking each other with them. Sometimes Al would pick up an ice weapon made by Emilia, and sometimes Emilia would use a stone weapon. They would simply grab whatever weapon was closest to them to attack. Emilia would attack, but Al would block everything. Surely this was time regression. Al would get hit by the attack, rewind time, and then place his sword in the correct location to block the attack. Ye fell down and prepared to fight Emilia 2-on-1. However, Rem, seeing this, tells Emilia to grab onto the chain of the morning star, which was also moving downwards because Ye bounced it down. Emilia then grabs onto the chain and Rem pulls her up into the air, allowing Emilia to escape the pincer attack between Al and Ye. 10 more seconds had passed, 60 seconds before they hit the floor. Rem says that they need to split up the enemies. Rem and Emilia then conjure a giant horizontal ice plate. It's around 30 meters long, and this plate of ice is dropped between Ye and Al, separating them, preventing them from grouping up. And due to the flatness of the ice, Ye's threads won't be able to cut through them, leaving Al and Ye separated as they cannot navigate around it. Al tells Ye to hold them off, and Rem understands. Rem feels the same when Subaru asks her to do something. Rem says that when someone puts their faith in you, it makes you want to try harder. However, Ye just simply says, "Wrong!" So, for those wondering what the battlefield looks like, I highly recommend you actually look at the screen because I actually did some work. So we can see that this sort of horizontal ice plate is falling down, by the way, so everyone's falling. But Rem and Emilia are standing on this plate of ice, as is Ye, but Aldebaran is below the plate of ice, and as a result he's falling down and he doesn't have a foothold. Ye takes off her shoes, and Emilia and Rem circle her. They tell Ye to give up, saying that no one is here to help her, and the divine dragon is currently being taken care of, so don't look out for any help. Ye says that they put too much faith in their allies if they think they can discount the divine dragon that easily. But they say, does Ye not do the same thing by putting her faith in Aldebaran? Ye takes her battle stance. The distance increases between Ye and Al. Due to the plate's large size, there's a lot of air resistance, meaning that they fall a lot slower and Al will fall faster. Rem and Emilia say that they need to finish this fast. They introduce themselves. Crimson Sakura, Ye Tenzin, the Witch of Frost, Emilia, and Hero's Attendant, Rem. Ye lashed out with her threads, and Rem battered them away with her morning star. Rem truly believed in her allies. That's the reason why she had to defeat Ye here and now. 50 seconds remained until they hit the bottom of the gorge. Al, beneath the ice, says he doesn't believe the divine dragon will lose, but it's something that the divine dragon needs to do. These words, however, did not reach anyone. The scene changes. Aldebaran, the man who betrayed the sun, and his accomplices. The battle against Al's accomplices had reached the final stage, whether it was a battle with Gluttony or with the divine dragon, a usurper who had taken the dragon shell, versus the rightful dragonkin. Both combatants wielded unimaginable power. However, his vision blurred, his arms and legs didn't move. He wasn't even sure if they were connected to his torso. Every breath sent pain to his body. He realized that he was face down on the floor, the faint smell in the air. He could not tell how much time had passed since he landed on the floor. 5 seconds, master. The answer to this reached his ears, but he couldn't even give out a wry smile. The battle continued, the world warping from the clashes. He was around 9 parts dead, 1 part alive. The life of Roswell L. Mathers flickered in the wind. And with that, the chapter ends. So, amazing chapter. We're getting to the end of potentially the arc, actually. This is it, the final fights.